another episode of Coffee Talk, number 484, 7 p.m. or thereabouts Central Time, Sunday, July the 27th, 2025. And we've got some good topics tonight, which we'll get started with in a few minutes. Uncle Al, the Bullfrog 79, and KP Heathen. How are y'all doing? Still at work, KP? Oh, I'm sorry. I take it your new job's going well? Hello, Julie. I enjoyed that garden tour video. We have roses planted all around the perimeter of our house. Love roses. My mother always had roses. May she rest in peace. Well, I start my new position tomorrow. Got to be there at 8 o'clock. New school year. I'll be working with high school students instead of junior high kids. Please leave a like to support the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm showing 2 likes, 1 in the house. Lucy Warren subscribed, then unsubscribed. Is she on my channel? D Journey. Yeah, well, I'm not subscribed to her. I think she did the same thing to me. I'm not worried about it. You just avoid people like that, block her. Pre-retirement days, how you doing? Good to have you in the house, Betty. Yeah, you can call them trolls. You can call them trolls. I've had troll problems in the past. There are people that just they're users, and they're very self-centered, and they're not worried about anybody else or their feelings or anything. All they worry about is themselves. Uh, 5 in the house, and Hillbilly Josh. Hello, Hillbilly. Hey, Dave. Well, congratulations to Yoda's blessed life. With the help of his old friend Wahoo the Turtle, he hit 15K. Wahoo was making phone calls and twisting wrists and arms, and he got there. I slightly beat him to 2K. I did hit my barely hit my 2K before he hit his 15K. And I think I'm sitting somewhere around 2006, 2007 subscribers right now. Slowly picking up a few here and there. Enrique Trevino, how are you doing, sir? Greetings to you. Domino Candon left me a comment. I'm looking at comments as we head along. 8 likes. When I get through with this, I'm going to be going to bed because I got to get up at 5 in the morning for my new job, new position. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed my topic yesterday. If you didn't get to watch that live stream, you need to probably about 15 minutes. You need to go back and go about 15 minutes in it. And I did a lot of information on the balance of power in the U.S. right now, talking about the executive branch, the legislative branch, which is the Senate and the House, the judicial branch, the district courts, the appeals courts, the Supreme Court, the states, the governorships, the big liberal cities. I talked about that. So you might want to go back, and if you didn't get a chance to, you might want to go back and look at some of that stuff. That would make a good Coffee Talk News edition. Could put all that stuff out in about 5 minutes. Checks and balances work. Well, when you unfortunately have blue-pilled people in the majority, if the red-pilled people have checks, that's a damn good thing. Now, when the red people in the majority, the blue people having checks, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So it just depends on the circumstances, Dave. And I'm drinking 5-calorie black cherry frost sparkling waters, pure aqua. 17 ounces, 5 calories. And I'm not shooting it by the fingers, so I'm holding it precariously the way I'm holding it. Looks like I'm shooting somebody the finger, though. Wound up having YouTube. Hey, he shot the finger. Let's ban him for life. Please. Is it caffeinated? God. Flavored sparkling water beverage with other natural flavors, 0 sugar, with vitamins and antioxidants. I don't see anything on this one about caffeine. I don't think this one is caffeinated. There are some green tea extract 50 milligrams. I don't see anything about caffeine. Don't see anything about caffeine on that one. Joseph Moore, how you doing? Congratulations on your outstanding daughter. Caffeine free talk yet today. I've got a short that I will put up. My leftovers from my pot roast yesterday. Very, very good meal. Very good meal. Microwaved it for 1 minute to heat it up. It was still cold. I didn't go put it back in. Yes, please leave a like to help my channel. 4 in the house, 9 likes. I was trying to give back some today. I did view some videos, I did view some shorts, I did leave comments and likes. I hit the timestamp on videos that I watched. To let you know, I did watch the entire video. You get your channel gets to a certain size, and then it becomes difficult to support all the people. There was a point previously when my channel was growing at a pretty good rate, and I would do a video, and the first day it'd have over 100 views, 100 to 200 views. The second day it'd be over 200 views. Third day it'd be over 300 views. Fourth day it'd probably be at 400 views, and then I would wind up having 150 comments and trying to respond to all the comments, and then comments on shorts and other comments. Trying to, it's just impossible. That's all I would be doing. And and then the other thing I would point out is that you have to be able to take care of your bread and butter. I'll use my friend Dave as an example, with permission, Dave. Dave's not monetized right now. He really doesn't want to be. He could be monetized, but he doesn't want to be. But if he were monetized, and you look at what his channel would be bringing in, he might be making $100 a month. He might be making $100 a month. Okay. Working as a teacher, I'm making probably $350 a day. So where should my priority be? And I don't know exactly what I make. It might be $400 a day. It might be $350 a day. I don't know exactly. I know what my gross pay is over the course of the year. I know what my take-home pay is, but I haven't figured it as to what exactly I'm making per hour, or what I'm making per, And I can figure maybe a 10-hour day, So I probably put 50 hours in a week. Well, I have been told, Uncle Al always tells me, and Dave tell me, that I really need a wing person. I need a consistent wing person. Somebody that can come in and, monitor and watch for trolls. And I really probably need to be using Social Blade. But truthfully, if I was using Social Blade, I'd be paying for Social Blade. And I really do not have the time to learn the ins and outs of how to put up all sorts of stuff and do all the sort of stuff that you can do. The one thing I could probably learn relatively fast is if I wanted to bring in a guest, I could have them up on the screen with me if I was doing Social Blade. doing it on my notebook computer, and I'm not even using my notebook computer. I'm using my iPad, and at one point I was using my iPhone. I use my iPhone basically to look at the comments. Little Lone Prepper, hello. How are you doing? Barbara's in the house. Well, we are about 15 minutes into the live stream. Let's get started with topics. And we'll see how much I can get through without reminiscing or getting off of. I'm always disturbing Uncle Al. He's got dementia. Please. The first topic, and Uncle Al said this was sort of for Dave, Yoda's blessed life. This first topic was sort of for Dave to maybe answer questions or to think about it. It's for everybody here, but SHTF gardening. If SHTF happens in a major way, being able to grow a sustainable garden that would feed several people. Most preppers, now these are from Uncle Al, so his wording. Most preppers are idiots at gardening. Don't pack garden seeds in your bug out bag. Your bag is used to get from point A to point B. Now that is true. Your carry bag, your get home bag, your bug out bag, whatever that bag is, should be designed to get you from point A to point B, whether it's your vehicle breaks down out in the boonies, or there's an EMP and your vehicle shuts off and you're 20 miles or 30 miles from, home or where you're going to or whatever. The idea of the bag is to sustain you for 3 days. 4 days. 3 days. So the items that you carry in that bag should be items that you would need on a emergency basis to get you where you're going. So that would include water, some form of food bars, medication if you take medication, a radio, disaster radio, or a FEMA radio, something that'll tell you what the Red Cross has to say, what's going on. A good multi-tool, some matches, some way to make a fire, flint and steel or whatever, a good knife, a poncho, a good couple of Mylar blankets, those little emergency blankets. Probably want to have some sort of first aid kit in it. I can go on about it. A compass, a good map. I mean, chances are you should know the lay of the land 15, 20, 30 miles around your house, where you're at for various routes home and various things, or where you're going to. Yeah, duct tape, zip ties, shovel, all that sort of little, emergency tool or whatever. You're not going out into the woods to go gardening. I'm gonna go out to the woods. SHTF, I'm gonna go live in the woods. You damn sure better be equipped out there beyond your little 72-hour bag. They'll find your body. Growing food is a surprisingly simple process. The basic building blocks are soil and climate. With a few tools, you need back-breaking labor, or you need a good tiller, gas tiller. Then plant, water, and weed, and there's a lot of weeding. Eliminating pests to produce a thriving garden. In SHTF, you'll soon discover that your starving family members are only too happy to harvest and eat the fruits of your labor. Everybody wants to be there when the food's ready. Note it takes at least 3 to 5 months to grow food. Hello, Melinda Elliott. Thank you for my 12th thumb. So, Uncle Al sort of got happy with the notes. And there's another page, it's like, oh! Oh, God. See, he got happy with the notes. Oh, dear God. He's a good guy. He really is. So, to master SHTF gardening, it takes several years. Uncle Al says it takes 5 years. Don't believe the prepper myth of survival seeds. Basic kitchen gardening or victory gardening is 10 yards by 20 yards. So you're talking 30 feet by perhaps 60 feet of soil planted with various things. Yeah, and Uncle Al's got 26 more pages of notes. God almighty. All right, Uncle Al, be gentle. We are bypassing soil science, which is the soil condition with compost and organic matter. Crop choice depends on time and seasons. 10 feet of cantaloupes, honeydews, watermelons, and those vines go all over the bloody place. 10 feet of potatoes. And you know, potatoes, you dig up the ground, you get them planted, and they go down in. You know, and it's like when you start bringing them up, you're just digging out all the soil around because there's just going to be like massive amounts of potatoes. A lot of people will grow potatoes like in a 5-gallon can or in a trash can, or they cut some holes in it for drainage, and they use container type stuff to grow their potatoes. 10 feet of peppers, 10 feet of tomatoes, 10 feet of broccoli, 10 feet of peas, 10 feet of carrots, 10 feet of Brussels sprouts or cauliflower, 10 feet of Swiss chard, 10 feet of beets, 5 feet of turnips or rutabaga, 5 feet of mustard, 5 feet of kale, broccoli, collards, 10 feet of cabbage, and 10 feet of beans. Myths of SHTF gardening. 1, or A, survival seeds in a can. Uncle Al thinks this is a scam. We got lots of seeds. You know, we get them very cheap, and you get them in little packages. People have sent me seeds. There's a big prepper myth. I can grow foods by throwing seeds into the ground. See the Pilgrim's First Winter, Mayflower, Old World crop failure. And these people were not like expert farmers. They were very religious. And they were frugal, and they, they worked, but the Indians basically saved them first couple of winters before everything went to crap. Root vegetables. Yes. My food storage will last until the first crops. Well, you better have a year's worth. Uncle Al says now he's talking about 2 years worth of food storage. And lack of crop storage and preservation. Heaven Hope. Hello, Heaven Hope. Mom of 4 boys. Hello. Please leave a like to support the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. So that's pretty much the first topic. SHTF gardening. We got a second topic. Second topic. This is an Audi brand. It is very specifically distributed by Audi. What is this? Well, luncheon meat or Spam. This is European. This is European right here. Audi is a German company. This is Brookdale. 12 ounces net weight. 340 grams. 180 calories per 2 ounces. In other words, this is supposed to be a 6-day supply for one person. And the number one fake Spam, oh please, it's just not, this is not an American brand, this is not an American, but it is pork. Spam is basically pork, and this is pork. The ingredients: pork, salt, sugar, sodium, phosphate, flavorings, sodium ascorbate, sodium nitrate, not necessarily good ingredients, water, distributed and sold exclusively by Audi. Baptia, Illinois, product of Denmark. Talks about luncheon meat and pasta salad. Talks about has a few different little directions and such. Uncle Al likes to talk about the Spam. So we're talking about Spam, and he wanted me to show a can, and this is a can. I buy a lot of stuff at Audi, and I buy this kind of stuff at Audi. Fake Spam. Oh, thank you, Uncle Al. Fake Spam. Okay. I'll try to show you a real Spam can tomorrow. Oh dear God. So the second topic is Spam. Modern salt pork. National Spam Day is July the 31st, so Spam Day is coming up in a few days. Spam receipts: Spam tacos, soak Spam overnight, ground Spam with meat grinder, cook, and taco seasoning. Feed 4 persons. Korean, lead me to a place where I can meet Jesus, who can lead me to heaven. Lady M. Hello, Lady M. How are you doing? Well, amen on Jesus. Spam can be used in a lot of dishes. 1 can of spam per week, 5 slices equal to 1 slice of spam per day. First slice, spam and 2 eggs fried. Thank you, Mom. Second slice, spam with jam sandwich. Third slice, spam chopped, topped on spaghetti. Fourth slice, spam with fries. Fifth slice, spam omelet. Spam, spam, spam. Roasted spam with cloves and brown sugar glaze. Baked spam with pineapple rings. And maraschino cherry glazed in orange sauce. That was a mouthful. Spam drumsticks, fried. More spam, spam, spam. Spam curry. Spam Irish stew. Spam and potatoes. Spam jello. Spam cake. Spam cocktail snacks. Spam ice cream. I don't know about going there. Spam spread. Spam facts. Spam's original name was Spick, which sounded racist. It's an old derogatory term. They would use somebody of Latin, Southern European, Italian. You know, they call the Latins Spicks. It's a derogatory term. This is Uncle Al. Uncle Al just went crazy for this topic. You want to talk about spam. During World War II, real spam was in short supply. Other companies sent pork, luncheon meat, treat, luncheon loaf, ham-like lunch meat. Uncle Al wants the real thing. Yeah, I hear you, Enrique. We're talking about what do you do in SHTF situations. Spam has a real long shelf life. As long as it's not like in direct sunlight, very hot, it'll last for years and years and years, you know. Dave is lurking. He's working on that next 15,000 or 16,000 subscribers, you know. A World War II favorite at the cook wagon was peppered butter beans and spam. For family portions, 2 cans of butter beans, can of chopped spam, half an onion, and pepper to taste. Spam fights and shortages until 1946 in America. They used to issue coupon books, and the purpose of the book was it would allow you to use your coupon, and then it would allow you to buy what the coupon said you could buy. They'd issue it so you were limited on what you could buy. Um, Apparently, there was a shortage of spam in the UK until 1955. Japan, Korea, and the Philippines until 1977. That's 30 years after the war. Still a black market item throughout the world because of its long shelf life. Yeah, good stuff. Eisenhower, with the Department of Agriculture during the 1950s, set up the 52 can system to reduce food insecurity. This program was designed providing a family of 4 pantry of food for a year. See Life and Look magazine's article on this at the White House pantry. Later, Kennedy and Johnson, and Eisenhower was a Republican, Kennedy and Johnson were Democrats, removed the program and replaced the food stamp system when food stamps was coming in. True Republicans have 52 cans of spam. Democrats hate spam in America. 0 cans of spam. This is commentary from Uncle Al, who I basically was writing down notes he'd sent me. The third topic you can imagine, because this is Uncle Al's go-to hand weapon. Third topic is the fighting machete. The machete is the most widely used edged weapon in the world. While not as common in the US, the machete has a long history of popular use against empire and common enemies. See the Japanese Empire, the British Empire, the French Empire, the Portuguese Empire, the Spanish Empire throughout the globe. As a modern weapon, the machete has several advantages that cannot be ignored. Among them, accessible in countries with gun control, inexpensive and available in hardware stores and big box stores for as little as $8 to $30. You can get them at Walmart. Easy maintenance. A simple file to sharpen the blade. You have a distance advantage. A human arm is 26 to 30 inches long. Add the length of a machete to the mix. The machete provides you with a combination of a large knife blade, axe, and a short sword. Psychological advantage and stopping power. See the Philippines Wars, 1899 to 1912. Within 5 feet, you die. For the price, hello Mike Crusher. For the price and practicality of this simple garden tool, it's made it popular all over the world. That's the machete. Please leave a like to support the channel. Hope you're doing well, Mike. So, we were talking about Spam. Canned Spam. This is a 6-ounce can. Long shelf life. This one says Best Buy. Best before 2028. (1/24, 2028). That one was produced in 23, so 5-year Best Buy. Yeah, good stuff. And the idea is that you open a can, and if it's just for one person, that 6-ounce can, or excuse me, 12-ounce can, has 6 servings. 2 ounces would be a serving, and that would be 180 calories. So it would be like a 6-day supply for one person. Many farm implements have been used throughout history as makeshift weapons, since the pitchfork, the sickle, a spear type, something you can spear with. Most countries were rural and peasants didn't have access to specialized weapons. That's true. That is true. So, we've been talking about some good topics. Good stuff. And something that people have to understand, we have conveniences now that we may not always have and we used to not have. And the kids today that are growing up, they don't remember not having their Android or their iPhone or whatever, and their ability to do FaceTime and the internet and the music and all the stuff that they have. They don't remember not having that. They're gaming, and such. They don't remember not having that. Air conditioning, heating during the wintertime, automobiles. Cars have been popular for about 100 years. They were invented before then, but they didn't become generally used until about 100 years. There's people still in the 20s, the roaring 20s, the 1920s, they were still using horses. Large sections of the country. They didn't have the road system that we have today. They don't remember that, a lot of the conveniences that we have came out after the Civil War. Civil War ended in 1865. Over a period of about 30 to 35 years, so much came out after the conclusion of the Civil War. And matter of fact, a lot of the technologies that we have today have been spurred on by wars. Antibiotics were discovered during World War II. Penicillin, simple penicillin, first generation antibiotics. How long have we had blood pressure medication? The ability to do doing a blood transfusion, giving somebody units of blood or plasma. Diabetes medication, dialysis, ways to extend a person's life. blood pressure medication. It used to be a high blood pressure was called Bright's disease. Bright's disease. My grandfather, may he rest in peace, my father's father, was 49 when he died. He was very affluent, very, very wealthy and affluent. He died in 1932. Had a heart attack. They didn't have blood pressure medication at that time. Less than 100 years ago. 2 of his 3 sons lived into their mid-90s. They had modern medicine. Over the course of their lives, medicine came out that could extend lives. People are living a lot longer these days, an extra 3-4 decades. Wristwatches for men became popular as a result of war. Pocket watches were impractical during combat. That is true. That is true. So let's talk a little bit about where I'm at. Call it an update or whatever. I start a new position tomorrow. It'll be high school special ed. And I anticipate being largely out of pocket for the next couple of weeks, trying to get orientated in what I'm doing. I'm coming into a position that has not been filled by a certified person in a couple of years, I found out. So it'll be interesting to see how things are. It'll be interesting to see, got a brand new principal that's been on the job for about a week. Just got hired. Young man. Probably his first principal's position. That's good. Really is good. The Jeep is the most popular vehicle that was a war. Yes. Then moved to the civilian market. Yep. True. So, having reached 2,000, I'm in the process of working, and I didn't get anything done on it today. I uploaded a couple shorts, but I didn't. Watched some videos. Really didn't feel like it. Just before I started my live stream, I took a shower, got cleaned up. Got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work, or get ready for work. So I probably will not be doing a live stream before this coming Friday. This is liable to be a week. I won't get in early. I'll probably be tired. And I really don't like, or really do not want to do a live stream for y'all if I'm not able to put forth some good. And I certainly won't have time to work on notes or the topic or whatever. So I would anticipate probably this coming Friday will be, now, depending on circumstances, I might do one at some point during the week, depending on how things are. I don't know what I'm really going into. I'm assuming. You really shouldn't assume anything, but I'm making an assumption. And my assumption is I'll sort of be out of pocket, and I will not be able to, I don't know that I'll be able to do it. Heaven Hope TV Temsek done. I am a Korean. Lead me to a place where I can meet Jesus, who can lead me to heaven. Well, find a good church where you feel God, you feel the Lord. Read the scriptures. I know that the Bible is printed in Korean, so get yourself a good Korean Bible. Try to read a chapter every day. So back to what I was going through. I've got a lady who's into K-pop, which is that Korean popular rap type, hip hop type music. They call it K-pop. She was my paraprofessional this last year, and she's going to be teaching science this year at the campus that I was on last year. I'm not there this year. Real nice lady. Name's Amanda. She has the same name as my daughter, Amanda. Amanda, I guess it's a popular name. So you have to be organized in your life. You have to be prepared for things happening. You have to have basic supplies. What happens if the power goes out? Well, the air conditioning goes down or the heating goes down. You know, without electricity, your lights aren't going to be working. Your fridge, your freezer, your water heater, none of that stuff's going to be working. Now, if you have a good generator, hello, Idaho Garden Girl. Stephanie, you did get your box, right? Did it get delivered? You had told me that they said they were going to deliver at 9 p.m. God almighty. Did it come through? It has not been delivered. Well, there you go. And I don't think it'd probably be delivered on Sunday. But they do, the U.S. Postal Service does deliver for Amazon on Sunday, but I wasn't Amazon, so it wasn't an Amazon order. So chances are you probably won't get it until Monday. So they lied to me. It took a week. It'll take a week. It'll be a week before you will have gotten it. And then they charged me $21 for that box to deliver it. Oh, God. I'm very unhappy with the Postal Service. Yeah, check the tracking number I sent you. It almost reminds me of when Mike Crusher took a month to get his box. I thought it had been lost. And then he said that the Pony Express rider rode up, on horseback, and he got to pet the horse. That's the longest it had ever taken. He's in up in Ohio, and they'd had some trouble up there, a train or something other. I don't know. So I don't know what happened, but it took forever for him to get that box. He finally did get it. I was at the point where I was thinking I was going to have to send him. I was going to have to put together another box and send it to him. So God Almighty. Yeah, right. God Almighty. That's a good, good one, Enrique. Yeah, that's a good one. Right. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Enrique could crack me up. I tell you what, he will crack me up. Latest update to your package will arrive later than expected, but is still on its way. As of July the 27th, 2025, okay, Jesus, at 4:17 p.m., it is currently in transit to the next facility. If the postman sees the Pride logos all over, he'll just think it's from Amazon. Oh, God almighty. The pony died from hernia. Yeah, the pony died. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Last location, Aurora, Colorado. Well, God almighty. Well, Colorado is a blue state, and it may be that one of those socialists decide to go into it and, loot it. God almighty. Looters. It is what it is. It really is what it is. God almighty. If they guarantee delivery by a certain date, you might be eligible for a refund. Right. I've never received anything from them except grief. You go over and talk to them, they're upset because you're getting on to them about that you got somebody else's mail, or somebody else got your mail, or you didn't get your mail. Oh. They just have a constipated look on their face and listen to you. You ask to speak to a supervisor. You don't know that you're speaking to a supervisor. They usually send somebody who's a little bit older. It's like talking to the wind. They need a new postmaster general. They need to hire competent people. They need younger horses that don't die from hernias for their Pony Express deliveries. Oh, Jesus. That's a good one. 16 likes. I sent a letter that was guaranteed to arrive in 3 days. It cost me $31 to send it. It was late and I got all my money back. Well, God bless you. Well, we'll see what happens. I do hope you get it. Let me know when you get it. Maybe I'll go over and complain. I still am working on Uncle Al's video in box. Don't have it. It'll probably be this next weekend before I get it mailed off, because I don't know that I'll be able to make it to the post office during the week before they close at 5. So be patient, Uncle Al. Oh, I think I just let it slip. Uncle Al, and trust me, I did not cheat. I pulled his name. He's won once before. He was a winner. I don't remember which one he won, but I think he's won once before. I'd have to go back and research it. But there were 12 channels that qualified for the drawing. Myra Elaine had 2 of them. Enrique had 2 of them. And then a selection of other people. $11 of the 12 were American channels, and Claudette was the only not American channel. She's in Canada, like 5 miles on the other side of the border. If she had won and she said, no, 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 I don't want to, because it's so expensive, it probably would have cost me over $100 to send a box that I would have sent anywhere in the continental United States for $21. It probably would have cost me $100 or more to send it right over the international border, 5 miles into Canada. And then they might have opened the damn thing up to look through it to make sure I didn't have a nuclear weapon or something other in it. Bunch of idiots. I don't know that it was guaranteed delivery. I just paid. They said it was like 4 days. I paid the cheapest of the 3 options that they gave me, which is the way I normally send it. It's normally like 4 day, delivery. I think it's like 4 day ground or whatever. I don't know. But normally the last few boxes I've sent have basically been when they said they were going to get there. Well, I have the receipt. And yeah, you would have to ask for the refund. So, the 3 topics today were the SHTF gardening, the spam, and the machete. 3 topics. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I appreciate Uncle Al for the notes. I appreciate y'all for being here. If you have not left a like, please leave a like. If you've been lurking, please let me know who you are. Identify yourself. Leave me a comment or a thumbs up. And everybody, I'll say the same thing I say when I do my closures. When I get up in the morning, I thank God for the day. I take my medication, drink my coffee, I say the Lord's Prayer, try to get right, treat people the way I want to be treated, lead by example. Remember the Boy Scout motto, the purple motto is be prepared. And everybody, please have a blessed day. And thank you for watching and joining me for Coffee Talk. And I'll make a community post as to when I do my next one. Appreciate you guys. Enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye-bye.